Good morning, everyone. This is Samadhya from WeBind Education Technologies, Mumbai. WeBind brings industry experts live into your classrooms, and to help you understand better what exactly we do, I'm going to play a short video.
Rohan and Rita are engineering students. They are studious and smart. They work hard and get good grades. It's a happy story. But here comes the villain. They're confused about their future. They find no connect with the subjects they study and what career they want to pursue. Professor Nandlal is a very senior lecturer. He has sensed this issue with many other students like Rohan and Rita. He is worried too. He sets out on a mission to find a solution. He does some research, tries to find out who can help him bring the real corporate world into the classroom. He wants someone to help students gain knowledge and experience of the practical world. And voila, what does he find? WeBind, bringing industry to classroom. WeBind has a list of industry experts as masters on their platform. By means of WeBinders, these masters interact with students like you. These WeBinders are called masterclass. What do we expect from a masterclass? Stories of inspiration and experience, tons of information on new products and the ideas behind it, useful insights on how to step into the industry, chance to interact and pitch ideas to the movers and shakers of the industry. One such masterclass is waiting for you. Come, let's hear the master. And yes, don't forget to like us on Facebook or tweet to us at WeBind. We appreciate your feedback by just a WhatsApp on 088 791 63528. We promise to bring the Tatas and Bansals and the Murtis to you soon. Help us get them live on your screens.
So, the topic for today is telemetry and patient monitoring system. And we have Ms. Neha Rastogi joining us from Noida as the master for today. Ms. Rastogi is the co-founder of Agatsa, which has its flagship product as Sanket. Sanket has won many awards at the national level, and Ms. Rastogi will be joining us and sharing her knowledge and experience on this. So without any further delay, I invite Ms. Neha Rastogi to take over. So we have got three colleges joining in. We have got DJ Sangvi College from Mumbai, we have got Ardyaman College from Chennai, and we have got Osmania University from Hyderabad. So while the session is on, I will be keeping all the colleges on mute. You may ask the question by using the chat box on the window. So Ms. Rastogi, over to you.
So to tell you a little more about myself, I completed my electronics and telecommunication engineering from Aligarh Muslim University in 2004. And after that, I was, as all students from our country, was confused what to do, whether to go for software, whether to go for hardware. And despite doing my engineering from electronics and telecommunications, I joined an MNC as a software developer. So I worked in various technologies in software development for about 8 years and in different roles. And while I was, rising the ladder and, in an MNC, the hierarchy is such that you are a developer and then you become a team lead and then you become a project manager. And after some years, you're just cut off from the technology and you're just managing teams. So after 8 years, despite getting drawing a good fat salary, the technology thing was still, the hunger for technology was still there. And there were very few companies which could offer, which were offering a real good application of technology that I learned in my college. And also there was a passion of doing something new and different. Then there actually, a family issue occurred. My father-in-law was diagnosed with a heart condition, and we never knew. We could not expect that he could actually be having some heart problem. And we just took him for a normal checkup, and he was diagnosed with 80% blockage in all three arteries of his heart. And then we started actually thinking that there was, despite technology being advancing so much, and daily developments happening in different fields of technology, there is very less being done in healthcare domain. And there was no such device in market, even with the doctors, which could be actually given to the user, and the user can actually use it, and he can measure his vitals. A few devices are there. You can measure your temperature from thermometer, you can measure your weight from a weighing machine, but serious parameters like heart rate, heart rhythm, and ECG, these things are very, very critical things, but a user cannot measure it because technology is advancing so much.
Hello.
My job.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. There was a lag in between, I suppose. So we missed a couple of seconds.
Okay. Shall I repeat?
Yes, a couple of seconds we missed.
Okay, so I was telling that there was a lot of gap in healthcare technology in terms of these gadgets where a user can measure his vitals, such as ECG, heart rhythm, things like that, which are very critical, and send them to doctor, and the doctor can monitor them and advise the patient accordingly. So this is how this idea came in our minds, and we thought that why not, we are qualified, and why not try to attempt to make a device on our own. So soon after, I just quit my job, and we set up me and my husband, we just set up our small lab in our homes, and we started studying different circuits and different devices which were available. And this is how we started Agatsa in 2010, and we started working on this device in 2012, late 2012. So this is about myself. So although the topic of discussion today is telemetry, but I would actually keep relating it to what we have developed, so that it gives you a fair idea of how technology is advancing and how is it used. It is actually helping not only the doctors to measure and monitor their patients remotely, but also the patients to measure their vitals, to monitor their vitals, and to manage their health better. So to start with, telemetry, as we all know, tele is a Greek word which means far away or at a distance, and metri or metron is means to measure. So telemetry is anything which can be measured from a distance or remotely. Okay, so ideally in India, when a problem occurs, a patient goes to a doctor, and the doctor measures his various vitals, his blood pressure, his weight, his blood glucose in some cases, and if there are certain clinical evidences, then he goes for further tests like ECG and all. But there are no methods to actually monitor and to actually take care of these parameters remotely. So telemetry is anything which has to be measured, and then if we talk about the system as a whole, There must be a data acquisition system where the data which has been captured from the sensors or any device is actually acquired and processed in any system, which can be a computer, which can be earlier days it used to be computer, and now mobiles have made our lives so simpler and easier that the M-Health thing is gaining momentum, and most of the monitoring systems are being developed on mobiles. So this is the latest technology that we are using. So a data acquisition system wherein the data is input and then it is processed. Sometimes it is stored also, and then it is transmitted over over internet, via email, over Wi-Fi, anything. And then there is a bigger data storage and processing, which can be used for big analytics of data. So this is how a telemetry system works in general. So this is actually the whole ecosystem of telemetry. Now, biotelemetry is actually very specific terms used for health telemetry, wherein the biosignals, which are the health parameters and the serious health parameters like blood pressure, weight, temperature, and ECG, heart rhythm, heart rate, etc., are monitored and managed remotely. So this term is called biotelemetry, and this is actually gaining a lot of momentum. So to talk more about biotelemetry, this is a typical block diagram that we follow. We collect health data via certain means, like via different kind of sensors. Then we transmit it, and then we evaluate it in some system like computer or mobile, and then we send notifications to the stakeholders, which can be usually in healthcare domain. They are usually the healthcare centers or the doctors, which actually need to take action over the this evaluated data. They can also be different stakeholders, like relatives of a patient. So let's say if your parents are staying far away and you are staying in hostel, studying, in a different city, your parents can have this system, and they can send you their vitals daily, so that you can monitor your parents' health. And God forbid, if anything happens, at 2 a.m. In night, and some chest pain happening or something happening, you can actually arrange for the help of your parents. So this is how a biotelemetry it actually helps. And then obviously the intervention, which is the intervention from the healthcare provider or the patient's family, friends, or any other stakeholder. So this is how the biotelemetry works. So the data is collected instantly, in some cases just by touch. So I'm going to show you how simple the technology has actually made to collect this health data. Then to transmit it, sometimes it is transmitted locally over a mobile phone, and then it is processed, and then it is transmitted to some other place. And then it is evaluated via different algorithms, different health algorithms, and then via notifications. The technology, WhatsApp, Facebook, emails, all this has actually made our lives easier to share the data instantly. So, it is as simple as you sharing your photographs with your friends. So, even the health data can be shared so easily. And then obviously a healthcare provider or any hospital or anybody can intervene to provide timely help. So this is how biotelemetry works. Okay, so now talking about Sanket. So yeah, coming back to my story. So we started Agatsa, and we started working on this remote ECG monitoring system, Why we started? Because first there was a personal requirement. We were worried because even our parents and my father-in-law used to live in a different city, and after he was diagnosed and after he was put on medications, we were actually constantly worried that someday something might happen and we are here and we cannot help and we cannot reach out for their help. So this is how we started working on it, that why not make a system which actually is so user friendly that a person can capture his ECG and heart rhythm, take it on his mobile phone, on a smartphone, Android or iOS or anything, and then a report generated, and the report can be shared via Wi-Fi or anything, GPRS or anything, to a doctor as well as to us. I mean, the family, so that we can actually arrange for help in case of any emergency. So this is how we started working on Sanket. So how Sanket uses telemetry or IoT? IoT is Internet of devices. So this is how Sanket uses telemetry. Then we actually, after we made the device, we actually went to different remote areas where very few healthcare facilities are available. And, there even potable water is not available. So forget about the healthcare facilities. We actually took their health data, different. You can see in the pictures. These are actual pictures that Sanket and Agatsa have captured. So we took data of different people, and then this is the kind of report that is generated in your mobile. I'll actually show you the live demo of Sanket, but this is actually a kind of report that is generated. And then the notification is sent via your mobile app, via messenger, via mail, and this is how the transmission of data happens. All right. So this is how the telemetry thing was fitted into Sanket. Now the technologies that we used in Sanket, technologies first is data acquisition sensors. So if I can show you the device, this is the device. This is this small device which actually takes ECG just by touch. And these are the sensors. These are the sensors here. And there is one small sensors at the side, this. Okay. So, this is connected to your mobile phone via Bluetooth, which is completely wireless. You need to place your thumbs over these sensors, and the ECG is displayed on your mobile phone. And then, it is processed in the mobile phone itself, and then the report generated, and then it can be shared to anybody. So this is the core of, the data acquisition via these sensors. The data is acquired via voltage from our body. And then, there is a circuit, microcircuit actually inside the device, which actually process the data. Data processing means there's a lot of noise which needs to be removed. And then, the data is transferred wirelessly from Bluetooth, via Bluetooth to a mobile phone. It is locally stored there. And then it is transmitted by using that mobile device to anywhere in the world. It can be transferred via using internet, GPRS, or even via SMS. So in remote areas where even internet is not available, but mobile, thankfully, the mobile towers are available everywhere right now. So the data, the report can be shared via SMS also. And then we have a big cloud for storage of data, storage of reports. So the one advantage of cloud is you can pull anybody's data, anybody's report. Not you can pull, the person can pull their reports anytime. So there is a database of all the reports there. And then, it is used for big data analytics. So there is, this is another core, this is big data analytics is another core technology which is gaining momentum these days. And it has a lot of scope because, every country is actually investing a lot in the healthcare of their citizens. And big data analytics actually helps the government and different stakeholders to analyze different kind of health conditions in different on different parameters, sometimes gender wise, sometimes age wise, sometimes geography wise. So this big data analytics is another one big major thing that is happening, and cloud is actually a big database, a big mine of data, which actually can be analyzed and used for different purposes, for different measurements. And then this is the most outer layer, which is the consultation, intervention, telemedicine. The possibilities are infinite. So once the process data comes here, it can be sent to any healthcare provider, any big hospital, even internationally, to take consultations and to take advice, proper medical advice. One thing that is very, very important here, and I'll actually tell you, patient monitoring systems were always available in market. They are quite old. If you have been to hospitals, sometimes there are different big machines kept besides the patient bed, and it capture these critical data like blood oxygen, heart rate, ECG, and then they are connected to a computer, and then the data is processed, and then the data is actually transferred via email or some other means by to different places. But there was a big gap here. First thing was that there was a lot of delay happening, because it was not instant, right? It was not the data transfer was not instant. It was attached to an email, and then operator used to operate the computer. Not everyone used to know how to operate a computer, so it was not very user friendly, and it was only used by trained and skilled operators in a hospital only. All right, so not everybody could use it. And then there was a big threat to security. So this health data should actually be very, very secure, and there are different compliances which actually need to be catered to actually store this data. So this cloud, the storage of this health data in a cloud, and then processing and transferring it to different mediums, through different mediums to different stakeholders, it needs actually a lot of security. So that security thing in itself is a big technology domain, which you could which is a good application that you could work on. Okay, so these are some tools and software which we use in our in developing our device, Sanket. So first, definitely is a big part, which is the hardware part or the data acquisition part. These are the different softwares that we use for circuit designing. These different technologies in itself are a big core fields that you could actually use your knowledge in, and you can actually gain knowledge in. So this is iOS, Xcode, Android Studio. We actually use mobile platforms for our softwares. Cloud for cloud, Python, JavaScript, firmware, test benches, test suites, and then hardware, Altium, PSpice. These are the most upcoming softwares. Of course, you people are more updated as you are still in college. So by the time you are out of college, there must be, every day the technology is advancing and there must be new things coming up. But this is how the complete framework of a telemetric device works with. And this each technology in itself is a big opportunity in itself. So this is how a typical Sanket device works. Mobile app is downloaded from Google App Store or Google Play or iOS App Store. This is the mobile app. I'll just, if you could give me a second, I'll just call somebody so that I can show you a live demo of the device, which would give you a fair idea, because seeing is believing. Just 1 minute. So this is basically the mobile app that Sanket app, which is freely downloadable, and it actually requires the Bluetooth to be on, because the device and the mobile phone actually interact via Bluetooth. Okay, so this is how the device. I keep my thumbs like this on the mobile on the device, and then it the ECG starts showing. Can you see the ECG coming?
So if you can please stop the screen share for a moment, because the students are viewing the screen share as of now.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Can everyone see this?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So this is a live ECG coming on your mobile phone just by the touch. So if you have seen the typical conventional ECG machine, they make you lie down on a bed in diagnostic centers or hospitals, and then they put these electrodes, sticky electrodes, at different places in your body, and then there are different leads coming out of it, and then then they acquire these signals from your body, and then a complete report is formed. So this is how an ECG has actually been, captured on your mobile phone. So this is what technology does. So this is the kind of report that is formed. Can everyone see it?
Yes.
And it's not just the ECG graph, but also we have developed our own algorithms which actually calculate different parameters, which shows that you are healthy or not. So even a normal user can have a first can get first consultation that, okay, my heart is working fine or not, and then even a slight problem is shown, then definitely this report can be shared to a doctor for further consultations. So this is what we have developed. Definitely things are moving a lot, and then not just ECG, but different parameters like blood pressure, blood glucose monitor, uh, these typical parameters which actually needs constant monitoring. They are also can everyone see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. Just give me a minute. There's a problem. Just Just give me a minute. There is a problem in my laptop. Just bear with me.
Sure, no issues. So all these students, Neha is again joining us in a few minutes, and I guess there is some problem at her end. So please stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm so sorry. Thanks for bearing with me. Uh, okay, we were here. I'm just sharing my screen. All right. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, it's up now.
Yeah. So this is how we actually, do our ECG. So I was telling that telemetry and biometry is not just limited to the ECG thing. ECG and heart rhythm and heart activity is definitely the most critical, and it is the most used thing by doctors and healthcare providers equally. I mean, there was no device for the user which we developed, but yes, there are a few devices available with doctors which actually they give it to their patients. One of them is Holter Monitor, which actually is actually attached to your chest, and it takes your ECG signal. It records it for 24 hours, and then the doctor analyzes it, the last 24 hours reading, and then he diagnoses whether you have a heart condition or not. So those devices are actually very, very costly and very, very cumbersome to use. So these are the devices which actually are being used each and every day by the doctors, not just for the continuous monitoring, but also for event monitoring. So event monitoring is anything, especially for the heart. The thing is that sometimes a symptom occurs and it stops, and the ECG needs to be taken at that time when the symptom occurs. If you go to the doctor after 2 days and there's no symptom, the ECG will show absolutely normal. Okay, so these are the gaps which Sanket fills. These are the gaps which actually doctors are also liking, that this device can be given to any patient, and as soon as the symptom occurs, the patient can sit in the comfort of their home and actually capture. It's so user friendly, as you all saw it, and they can actually capture the signal and transmit it over their mobile phone, and then they can get it by sitting in the comfort of their homes. And the doctors are also happy because there are a lot of time is saved, because there are very, very many cases of false signals, and patients running to the doctor, and doctor doing all the tests and all that, and then finding that it was just a gastric trouble, no heart problem. So this is how these telemetric devices are actually helping both the doctors as well as users and the patients. So not just this, we actually did one case study. So there is a very useful and very needful application of this technology, which is the remote monitoring in remote areas. So there are, as we all know, in India, 80% of India still stays in villages, and there are places where there are very few facilities, potable water, eatables, clothing, and no healthcare at all. So we did such case study, and how the government is taking care of healthcare facilities in such areas. There are different primary healthcare centers which government have set up in every village or every 2 to 3 village, and there are these big machines kept there for quick screening of anybody coming in. And then there are these are actually captured, and then they are taken to a nearby city to some doctors, and then the doctors analyze, and a lot of time is wasted. And another thing is there are because in India a lot of people are getting educated still, but they are not getting skilled. So there are no skilled technicians to operate those big bulky machines. So what they do is this, they do this portable hospital kind of a thing in a van, and then they put those bulky machines, and then they conduct different health camps, at different places, free health camps. But then there are no technicians and no skilled people to operate those machines. So what we did was we actually visited these remote areas, and we gave this our simplest to use device to their to their technicians. And the most another aspect of these remote primary health care centers was that there was hardly any electricity or hardly any internet to be to operate those devices and to transfer the data quickly. So the advantage of Sanket was that it is battery operated, and the battery, you just need to charge for half an hour, and it takes up to 1 lakh of ECGs. So it goes on and on and on for months. All right. So what we did was we actually captured, we took our Sanket machine, we gave it to their technicians, and we gave a smartphone along with it. And the smartphone need not to be a very costly smartphone. Any Bluetooth enabled, BLE technology, if you all know, as you all are studying technology, there's a BLE technology which is coming up in new age phones. And the phone starts from 4,000 to 5,000 rupees, not more than that. So we gave this complete set to their technicians, and to our surprise, they monitored the people there living. And there is a myth that heart problem is only an urban disease. No. There are many rural people suffering from heart disease, but they don't know because they don't have any means to measure or monitor or cure such diseases. And then one day their heart fails, or they get a heart attack and they die. So when they were screened, about 23% of patients were screened with acute heart problem, and the data was sent to doctors in Mumbai, because we conducted this drive in Pune, and it was transferred to a big hospital in Mumbai. And then those patients were who were very critical, they were transferred to Mumbai. I'm sorry, I cannot take the name of that hospital, but then they were actually conducting a free surgery for less privileged people. And about 5 to 10 people were actually operated immediately, and rest of them who were not that critical, they were put on medications, or they were advised further tests or further treatments. So this is the impact a telemetry or a biometry is making today. And in countries like India, where half of the population, more than half of the population, lives in rural areas where there are no health care facilities, this is how technology is serving that. So this is actually the growth forecast of these technologies. Big data, as I said, it is a very growing trend, and this is in itself a big stream or domain, you may say, which you can actually work upon. And there are lots and lots of opportunities in this area, and these are very highly paid too. So you can definitely opt for this. And then this wearable medical devices market. You might have heard of Fitbit, the activity trackers, the calorie trackers. These are very small wearable medical devices, which actually gives the user this power to monitor their activity and their how do I say, their activity, the calorie, the sleep patterns, and manage their lifestyle. But they are not serious health devices. So serious health devices are gaining momentum, and this is actually the time, and this is the next big thing which is going to happen after mobile technology. So when I was in college, this mobile technology was gaining momentum, and we hardly knew anything about smartphones. There were those Nokia phones, small phones, where you could just make a call or send a SMS maximum, but there was no talk of smartphones. But look today, I mean, the smartphones have captured, everyone, and nobody, at least you students, cannot live without smartphone. So this is how mobile technology have shaped up in last 10 to 15 years. And today I can say this medical devices and telemetric medical devices is going to explode in the next 10 to 15 years. So this is most definitely the biggest application of technology that is being worked upon right now. And also it makes really lucrative for career options, because it's a mix of everything. It has hardware, it has software, it has cloud, it has analytics, it has everything pretty much. You talk about anything and it has everything. So anybody who is actually looking for a career, a fulfilled career in technology, this is the market to go for, and these are the technologies to go for, to be very honest. These are the challenges and perks of working in this domain. The challenges are definitely, as I said in the beginning, the technologies are changing every day. They're evolving. There are new advancements happening every day, and so are the requirements of market. So when you start developing something, some other person in some other part of the world develops it, and it develops with x plus one thing, and then you start thinking of x plus two. So this is how the technology is actually rapidly changing, and the market requirements are actually changing. So this is one challenge that this healthcare telemetric market is actually facing. Then the product feature life cycle is actually it is short, because you need to keep on adding features. So this is actually what we are doing in Sanket also. Right now it takes ECG and heart thing. Now we are developing algorithms which can actually measure your stress. So stress is something which bothers each and every one every day, and then it actually has a long lasting health impacts in a long run. So anybody, if you can measure your stress level in a day, it's a big thing in my opinion. So this is how we are also, trying to add, different features and different, things in our product to make it suitable for as per the market need. And then keeping abreast of what is happening, what your competitors are doing, what is what other parts of the world are doing, what is being developed, what is being adopted. This is actually a big challenge. So these are the challenges. Definitely, if you try to do something new, These are the challenges which you have to face. And the perks are always that you are always on the bleeding edge. You are always working on the cutting edge. The people who are working, we have a team of 10 to 15 people, and out of that about 6 to 8 are engineers. And when they came in, they knew hardly anything about ECG, and they hardly knew anything about Android, and they hardly knew anything about iOS. And then they developed their skills, and today what they're doing is being awarded everywhere. And then they definitely know that the perk of their hard work and learning new technology is that they're definitely ahead of their contemporaries. So their friends, while they're sitting in the MNCs working on obsolete technologies, maintaining and developing old softwares, they are doing the latest things. So these are the perks of actually working on new technologies. Then definitely you have wide range of opportunities from ranging from startups to different MNCs, because every MNC is right now working on this health monitoring and health capturing technology. Satisfaction, definitely high-tech gadgets, because we all are engineers. We love gadgets, we love high technology. So definitely, creation of a gadget gives ultimate satisfaction, and I can vouch for it. And then contentment and helping save lives. So healthcare is something that you can relate to actually humanity, because these things, this remote monitoring, remote health monitoring actually helps us to save some lives, and we have done it in past. So definitely nothing can be more satisfying than this. These are the skill set and attitude required for you to get a job. The technologies that I mentioned before, apart from those technologies, those are the core technology in each and every they are a domain in each of their own, and you can be a master of at least one, and then you can have a little bit here and there knowledge of different things. And then you should have the ability to see a bigger picture, the gaps, the technologies, the things coming in, the design, the how ecosystem works for these integrated devices. So this is what actually requires to be in this job. And then definitely attitude, you should be passionate enough, you should be quick learners, you should be self-motivated, and you should know what you're doing, so that it always you are always on your learning the most cutting edge things. Ability to work under pressure, obviously when you're doing something new, it actually helps actually work helps to work under pressure, because there's a lot of pressure to understand things, to learn new things, implement, and then ability to help handle failures also, because there are a lot of failures, to be very honest. When you start doing something new, when you start working on something new, and then there is no not much support in the world, because you're doing it on a very new thing, there are a lot of failures, but you should be able to handle those failures. And definitely you should be a team player, because one person cannot cannot make a castle. So definitely a team is required, and a team player, you should be able to interact with team members, and able to do things on your own. So this is about telemetry. If you want to ask some questions, and you can think of other things that you can do to remote monitoring of health, you can just shoot your questions.
So I guess this was one such session which actually bridged the campus and the corporate divide. So let's start with the question and answer session. So let's start with DJ Sangvi. I am keeping your college on unmute as of now. You can come near the screen and ask your question.
Do you have any questions? Anybody any questions?
Okay, so if there isn't any question from DJ Sangvi, I'm sure you guys must have understood what Neha Rastogi just gave a demo about. Great.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So, let's move on to Osmania University. Any questions from Osmania University or from Chennai?
So no questions means either nothing was understood or everything was understood so well.
So I guess this was the first session for these colleges, and the questions might come up after the session when they can actually sink in the whole session.
Sure.
Okay, Chennai, can you give me a hands up if there is a question? Or Osmania University? Is there a representative from both of these colleges? Any professors or any student leader there? Okay, so I guess there is no question from the colleges. And is there any internship opportunity available for these guys who would be interested for an internship with Agatsa?
Sure, sure. Why not? I mean, we are about to roll our, next intern batch in May end. So I'm not sure when their examinations end, but definitely my email ID is with you. So, anybody who's interested can send in their resumes, and our HR would definitely get in touch with them.
Okay. So all these students, if you would want to get in touch with, okay, there is a question coming in. Yes, please go ahead with your question. Yes, I guess that was Chennai College, right? Adyaman College? Or was that Osmania University?
This is Gokraju Rangaraju from Hyderabad.
Yes, please ask.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Your voice is very feeble. If you could speak a bit loud.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you. Tell me.
It was nice interactive session that you've had today.
Thank you.
Our students are sitting here and watching your gadgets. It was quite inspiring to see your work. And I have a small query. We as biomedical engineers, our students are undergraduate biomedical engineering students here. And with different modalities where our students can improve their skills in, such as in hardware or in electronics segment, in the components that you have showed.
Okay.
And could you help our students in developing their skills? As in, do they need to go any certification courses before they graduate, so that their opportunities in this area of telemetry can improve? Do you suggest? Can you suggest some of them?
So, sorry, I missed your name.
I'm Satish. I'm head of the department in Gokraju Rangaraju, biomedical engineering.
Okay. So, Mr. Satish, the thing is, I personally do not advise any certifications, because no certification is equivalent to the practical knowledge, right? So, any good company who would hire a fresher would definitely, like ours, would definitely work upon the skill development of the students till they reach a point where they can do things on their own. So there must be certifications, a lot of certifications. If you want, I can just search for them and send to you. But as for my experience, as far as my experience is concerned, I don't believe in any certifications as such. because the person's passion is something which drives everything. So a certification is just a piece of paper, right? So a certified person can also not perform, and a non-certified person which with his or her sheer passion to learn new things can perform very well. So I think there is no need of certification required, but yes, there are a lot of material available on internet, on YouTube, where you can actually go through and learn different things. And definitely, I mean, a person who is hiring a fresher can work upon to develop your skills.
Right. I mean, my question was not necessarily a certification, as in to
Mhm.
develop some skills in a particular domain, as
Yeah.
in the curriculum that we go through, about 40 to
Mhm.
50% is towards medicine, and about the rest of it will be electronics. Uh,
Yeah.
as you said, some keywords like cloud and data analytics are quite a trend in the market.
Yeah.
Uh, how do they equip themselves with, as in, if they want to come and join as an intern at your firm, for example,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in what domains would you encourage them to work with? Do you just give them an opportunity in all the domains that are available in your office,
Yes.
or do
So
they
yeah,
give you a specific
for
domain?
us for us it is available all through, and all the domains, because as I said, Sanket is a mix of lot of things, right? And we have interns working with us. In fact, there is an intern who joined us last year, and he was so motivated with the kind of work we are doing that he's still working with us part time. So he actually attends his college, and then he comes to office, and then he works till 10 p.m. And then he's not just an intern right now, he is developing a lot of things, a lot of algorithms, a lot of cloud things he has developed on his own. So this is the kind of we when we conduct internship, we just not do not focus on technical knowledge. We actually develop this attitude of working in a startup and working in with passion. So again, returning back to your question, Satish, anywhere, any place which can actually offer practical knowledge would be a better solution rather than just going for a bookish certification or bookish knowledge. That's what I would suggest.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
So
Any
I
more
guess,
questions?
there are any more are there any more questions from Chennai or from Hyderabad? So I guess if WeBind has inspired even if a few students right from this session, we have made our mark, and so it was very helpful of this session for the students of biomedical department, and we really thank Miss Neha Rastogi for joining us and sparing her time and sharing her knowledge and experience with us and with the students, and I'm sure the students would be taking something very beneficial out of this. So thank you very much for joining us, Neha.
Thanks. It was all my pleasure. I actually really want to thank WeBind to give me an opportunity to connect with these bright students. And, we usually work in offices and we hardly get to interact with the, upcoming talent. So it was really, really a good experience in interacting with these students. And I'm very sure that, they will definitely make a mark for themselves by following their passion and by following their dreams. So all the best to all of you.
Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for Ms. Neha here?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm
Thank you
overwhelmed.
very much. Okay, so all the students, we are having another session on cryptography on Tuesday. So I guess you can also join in for this session. And for those students who haven't registered, you may register on our website so that we can send you newsletters and some very specific details for telemetry and for biomedical students here. Thank you very much, all the colleges and all the representatives, for your cooperation. Have a nice day.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.